So we've got some Carnival updates for you today. Carnival has come out to remind everybody of some important paperwork that everybody should carry on a cruise. Also, Amber Cove has gone green with a new solar park. We're going to talk about that. We'll also get into that scooter issue as well on the Carnival ships. And we're also going to touch base on why not all those cruise safe items are actually cruise safe.
My name is Stuart. This is Ship to Shore Cruise News. Let's get into it.
So Carnival has come out to remind passengers that yes, if you're a U.S. resident, if you have a copy of your birth certificate and a driver's license, that yes, you can get on board. But it's still a good idea to carry your passport with you. If you need to be evacuated in an emergency back to your home country, you're going to need that passport to get through customs on your way. So that's a good idea to carry it with you. Now, when you get to the different ports, you don't have to present your passport and go through customs. But if you do go to certain ports, that you can get your passport stamped for a nominal fee. So that could be interesting to have your passport stamped with all these exotic locations as you go. Another important piece of documentation is if you're traveling with youth who don't have the same last name as yourself. This could be perhaps separated parents, or perhaps grandparents taking their grandchildren on a trip, or maybe friends taking friends of your children with you on a trip as well. At that point, it's recommended to have a notarized letter with you from the parents authorizing you to take you on a trip. I've done it. It's fairly easy. You can go to a notary and have an agreement made up and signed. It takes no time at all for them to stamp it and witness it. But it's for your safety, just in case you're in a foreign country and somebody asks the question of whose kids are these. That way you can protect yourself and won't get into any more trouble. Amber Cove has gone green with a solar park. Carnival has invested about $1 million in 1,800 solar panels that will meet 80% of the electrical needs of that port. Christine Duffy spearheaded this initiative some time ago, and it's come to fruition. So now at Amber Cove, they've gone fairly green, mostly green, 80% green, I guess you could say, with providing their own electricity through solar needs. I think that's a great initiative that they've come forward. It gives back resources back to the nation there, and they're not drawing on that local power supply to power the port for everybody. There's recently been a lot of talk about those mobility scooters on Carnival ships. So they have had a policy about not parking these scooters in the hallways. Sometimes they are very big and bulky, and they can disrupt traffic as people try to get down those hallways. And you know, those hallways on those cruise ships aren't always the widest. Have you ever tried to pass one of those carts that the cleaners are using, the room attendants are using as they clean your rooms? That can cause a problem in case of an emergency, and Carnival is citing passenger safety as the reason that they're going to start enforcing this rule. I'm not too sure if there was an incident or a problem, or perhaps there was crew members complaining that they couldn't get their cleaning carts down the hallways. I don't know the reasoning about it. But what I do know is that there are many people who have mobility scooters for a variety of reasons, for a variety of disabilities, and Carnival wants to accommodate those people as well. They've been receiving a lot of bad press lately about this, and they've been called a lot of bad names, but they're citing passenger safety. What they are doing is, if people are booking and they're identifying that they have accessibility needs or requirements, then Carnival is sending them a notice ahead of time, notifying them that they are enforcing this rule that they have. If people are showing up at the terminal in a mobility scooter and they are unaware of this change or of enforcement, they do have a couple of options. First of all, the people there at the terminal will assess to see if that mobility scooter will be able to fit through the doorway into the cabin or not. If it's not able to fit into the cabin, there'll be two options at that point. The first option is that Carnival will issue a 100% refund on that cruise to that passenger, or they will be providing mobility scooters that will fit through the door for rental. It's not a free, it is a rental opportunity to rent mobility scooters that will fit through cabin doors. So passengers will have that option. This is a sensitive subject, I'd have to say. I'm not too sure on what side I lie, as I do know people who are in mobility scooters and the issues that they face. So this will be interesting and how the outcome comes in the long term.
I like to use free Wi-Fi whenever I go somewhere, whether it's at an airport, a cruise terminal, cruise port, a coffee shop, wherever I can get it, I like to use it. I know it's not the safest thing to do with my data, because when I'm on those free Wi-Fis, anything I put over the internet from there is available for anybody on that free Wi-Fi network to see, including hackers, and they could try to steal my passwords, banking information, and photos as well. To protect myself, I use a VPN from a company called Personal Internet Access. What this allows me to do is to surf virtually invisibly on the internet. Nobody on that Wi-Fi network can see me. The people providing the internet access can't see me, and there's no logs kept of my traffic anywhere. What happens is, as I put my information into my electronic device, it goes through what's called an electronic tunnel, and it goes through the Wi-Fi out onto the internet where it's not being tracked. Now, when I say even PIA doesn't log it, they don't keep any logs of your traffic or anything that you do when you go on the internet. And that's been proven in court by a third-party auditor. This is something safe and secure to keep your data safe and secure as well when you're surfing on the internet. Now, when you log into the Personal Internet Access VPN, it will log in automatically to the closest server. Now, in the United States, there's 50 high-speed servers, and they actually have 91 high-speed servers in countries around the world as well, giving you access to data and information from other countries, from wherever you are in the world. Now, why would this benefit you to be able to access a server in another country? Well, if there's a streaming service that provides different content in another country, what you can do is you can log into that VPN server from wherever you are. Then that streaming service will think you're there in that country, and you'll be able to access that content and data. So you'll be able to watch those shows and those movies that you can't watch at home. So just think, if you're an American and you want to watch something that's only available in the UK, just log into a UK server. If you're a Canadian and you want to log into something in the United States, just log into a United States server. Now, logging in when you launch the app is easy. You'll automatically search and go to the fastest server it can find. Now, I said that I use it when I'm traveling on my personal electronic device. And what's great is that with one subscription, you can put this on an unlimited number of devices that you have. You can put this on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your computer, your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Apple TV, your Fire Stick. You can put it on some smart TVs as well, giving you streaming access to different countries from whatever device you want to use, and giving you protection on all those mobile devices that you use when you're out at coffee shops, cruise ports, or airports, or wherever. Now, this is something that I use all the time, and I think it's great. It's safe, it's secure, it's super easy to use. By using the link I have below, this will get you 83% off of their fees. This will bring the monthly membership fee down to $2.03. That's it. $2.03, you get to be able to stream from different countries. You get to protect your data whenever you're on any device, on anywhere. Your local IP won't even be able to track you and keep a log on you as well. Your government won't even know what you're doing on the internet as well. You'll be able to have freedom, privacy, access on as many devices as you have for $2.03 a month. And if you don't like it, there's a no-hassle money-back guarantee that's good for 30 days.
Just adding a little note here on the next Carnival ship. It's going to be another Excel class ship, and it won't be debuting or won't be sailing until 2027. There is no name yet, but it's on its way. It's just going to be 3 more years before it comes out. So keep an eye out. I know there's going to be lots of news on it as it comes out. So when you're shopping for cruise accessories, you're going to find a lot of things that say cruise safe on them. Well, the problem is I can stamp cruise safe on anything and sell it as well without any documentation or testing. And this is what people have to watch out for. I don't think there are any actually cruise line approved products out there on the market. There's just some items that people are saying are cruise safe because they meet certain criteria that the cruise lines have put out about what they use on the ship. And manufacturers have come forward and made certain items that they think will be safe on the cruise ship. So even though you have something that's marked cruise safe, it still might get taken away. And that includes those power bars. The one that I use could get taken away as well if the cruise line deems it's unsafe. Recently, there was an iron that came out that was marketed as cruise safe. Well, an iron produces heat, and there's no way the cruise line is going to allow you to bring something on the ship that's going to create heat, because that heat could ignite something. There's many things that are out of their control once in that cabin as to where you might put that iron down or that heating device down. So be very careful with what you bring or what you buy when you get on that cruise ship, because you could be in for a bit of a surprise when you find out that hair curler or that iron or that coffee pot has been taken away from you. Sometimes even those fans are taken away from you as well. So please be aware and don't be surprised if that item is not in your bag when you get to your cabin, or it gets you during security when you're with your carry-on as you're embarking that ship. When it comes to all cruises and all cruise lines, there's 3 important things that you have to remember when you think about cruise news, cruise updates, and so on. And that's, my name's Stuart, this is Ship to Shore Cruise News, and as always, get your cruise on.